why. Do you set different settings for each social networking site that you use, whether it be like Twitter or you use LinkedIn or Facebook?
I have the same privacy settings for everyone. My Twitter, I think, is like the equal private to like my Facebook.
Do you guys block anybody? Do you have like anybody that like
I've blocked a couple of people, but they were like club promoters, so they kept sending me things, and I didn't want the spam. And I guess for parts of my family, it is like different than for everyone else, but that's it.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, and then I've had a group for an event, and I've had like some sponsored organization jump on and try to like pitch all these like free things they're sending, and I had to block that. But I mean, besides that, I don't take the time to.
Have you guys had bad experiences with your networking sites, like spam? You were saying viruses, or even stalking. Somebody stalking you, not you stalking them.
No.
I've just had like awkward situations, I suppose, of people who are like, "Oh, I saw you were here doing this. I'm like, "That's creepy. Like, I need to go fix my Facebook." But nothing. But
Nothing extreme.
nothing like extreme. I actually do know somebody who got someone else fired through Facebook because they said they like told their boss to go check the Facebook and that they had updated their status when they were supposed to be at work and they got fired. So
Wow.
I've heard about things like that. But.
I think like nothing to me like directly has happened, but like I've had friends get upset with me because I didn't participate in some wall discussion, something I didn't know about, and they were like, "Oh, they were yelling at me, and you were there, but you didn't tell them what actually happened." And it's like, even if you're not a part of something, you still get sucked in. Even like for myself, like I don't use it for social, like connecting with friends. You still end up like Facebook trouble, you know. So
And
it's really what
I've
it is.
heard that like in a work environment, like your employers do have access or to view your profile if you're using it in their company computer. So just be aware of that. Like later on in the future, if you're on Facebook at work, it's possible that your employers could actually get more information and get into your profile. So does online privacy differ from privacy in real life? I mean, it is like privacy in general is a universal concern for everyone, but as you mentioned, like it has changed the way we interact with people, whether it be through dating or, and so I'm just curious if at all that changes, like what you perceive privacy in online as opposed to real life, or is it the same in house?
I think it's definitely well, for me, it's like really different from Facebook to real life. If I'm having a bad day or I'm sad, I don't like write on Facebook like, "I'm having a bad day." I probably just won't even go on Facebook. And so, but I do see like on the news feed, it's just so bizarre when people share like, I feel like people share really intimate things like, "I'm so sad he broke up with me," like da-da-da. And I'm just like, oh wow, I don't know. Like, it's just too much. So for me, it's definitely, my privacy is completely different from Facebook to real life. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I probably would call one of my friends and do that. I wouldn't like write on their Facebook wall like, "I'm having the worst day of my life, come over," and like hope they check it.
Yeah, so I feel like that ties completely into like how much Facebook is part of your life. I mean, if you don't really care about Facebook, it's completely different things, you know. But if Facebook is what you do, like during class, you're gonna like, it like becomes your private life, you know, because that's the only way you're connected to people.
That's the last question. So, do you know anyone that's not a member of a social networking site, and what is their reasoning?
I know somebody who has a blog, but he doesn't have a Facebook. And someone made him a Facebook, but he doesn't have a picture and he doesn't have anything on it. And he just like doesn't care. He goes on the internet a lot. He has a blog. He checks Flickr, but he just doesn't participate as far as having his own personal profile. And he just like isn't into it. He's not interested at all.
Is he just more reliant on like cell phone?
He's just reliant on his cell phone and that kind of thing.
My brother doesn't have Facebook, and it's because he sees Facebook as like, it's taking like the intimacy out of like relationships, you know, because you don't really like, some people don't even go out with their friends, you know, they're just, "I'm busy, but I can contact you on Facebook," so he just like, sticks to the phone and stuff. But that's more because he likes to meet people in person, which I kind of believe in as well. So, yeah.
Okay, so that's the conclusion of our thing. So thank you for taking your time out and talking about this. And, but yeah, thanks for talking. That's it.
Please feel free
Feel free
to
to snacks,
take
yeah.
more snacks.
Whatever you want.
Sure.